Hi everybody, I'm Dr. Beardsley with Blocks of Health, and today I want to talk about how we work with people to allow for the action plans, the how that we put into place to be very successful for them. So to start, what does it look like when we meet with people? Basically when we start, of course, we start with concerns. What's the main symptoms, concerns, chief complaints is what we typically call them or refer to them as. And we really get into the history of those, when they started, what that looks like, also get into possible explanations for all of this, really understanding their story, knowing where they've been and what has allowed for them, to create this reality they have now, right? And beyond that, once we get into all the concerns, we start to discuss the goals. So what do you want to accomplish? What do you want to do with your life? Who do you want to become overall? Where do you want to be? Really starting to paint a picture of what those goals look like so that we can understand where we'll be going, right? And with that, then start to discuss timelines. Getting into what's realistic, be it short-term, goals or more long-term goals, just setting into place some, idea of when this can be accomplished so that we can kind of have that framework set. Also, we discuss, when to start, right? When is a good time to start acting upon these goals? And the answer to that is always now, right? We want to instill the practice of begin progress now. Why wait till tomorrow? Today is the day to begin to create the life that you want, right? So with whatever information we have, that's definitely doable. So that's the when. And then beyond that, once we develop what's going on, where they want to be, the goals that they have, when that can start, then we start getting into why. Why do you want the goals that you want? Why do you want to be this person you're envisioning for yourself, or you want to be in this place that you're thinking of? What's the underlying motivation or drive behind that? This will be something that we can revisit on a regular basis, if not daily, if not multiple times a day, to provide the motivation, to provide the drive, to do the things that often we don't want to do, be it they're boring or they're hard or they're just not our habit or our routine yet. So establishing your why is critical, and really, really getting into it and feeling it so that can be a powerful tool for you, right? So the why is another step that's really important. One activity exercise that I often do with my clients is with the why, with the purpose, I start getting into, those goals, that timeline that we have to put into place, what if that, in that timeline, what if that didn't happen? What would your life look like, right? What would you be missing out on? What would you not have? What would you, be lacking if that were not the reality that happened, right? So doing that before, and feeling that and feeling either the loss or the lack that would bring, and then stepping into, what if it does happen, right? What will your life look like when we do accomplish these goals, and when you become the person that you want to be, and when you are where you envision yourself being? So with that, I love to encourage you to touch it, feel it, taste it, smell it, every sense that you have, put into it, because you want that to feel real. The more real it can feel, the more perceivable, the more attainable, right? So just getting into that and savoring it, and really knowing that it's possible, believing that, so that can all happen. Okay, so recapping, what are the concerns? What's going on? Where do you want to be? What do you want to accomplish? When, what's the timeline of that? When do you think that we can accomplish that? Why? And that's a lot of steps before we get to a how. Okay. So a lot of people that we work with, they think, here's my concern. How do we fix it? Here's the problem that I've been having for years and years and years. Doc, how do you get me out of it? Right? And the important thing to understand or grasp is that all of this background stuff, all of these steps that seem kind of daunting and just a lot, all of that will allow for you to establish the belief systems and the strength to implement anyhow and allow for it to be successful. So really, something I believe is there's the resources that we have at our fingertips are limitless. There's so much on YouTube and, experts providing advice free, to consumers for, how to lose weight, how to get more energy, how to be a better parent, just so many how-tos. But why are a lot of those not successful for people? It's not that there's a lack of knowing how to do something. It's all that background stuff that's important, right? So getting that and developing that will allow for you to implement any plan and have it be successful for you. That is my goal through this video, to challenge you when you have a challenge, when you have a concern, when you have a plan or looking for a plan. Do these steps first, know where you want to be and who you want to become and the goals that you have. Set up a timeline as far as when that's realistic, and then really, really get into why you want all of that, because that's going to allow for whatever you do to be successful or more successful, okay? And that's what we do here at Blocks of Health. That's how we work with people. Yes, we have set actionable steps that are individualized, for each person. But we really get into these steps first prior to putting our plans into action, because we want to understand people. And beyond that, we want you to understand yourself. And that's the most important piece, because when you understand yourself, there's nothing holding you back. That's self-reliance, that's self-sustainability, that's self-health. And that is what we are promoting, that is what we're supporting, that's what we live and we want for everybody. So there's more information in the description below about these steps, just kind of briefing on all of that. If you like what you hear, subscribe to our channel. We'd love for you to follow us, comment below, follow us on social media, follow us on our podcast. And if you want to work with us or are interested in looking into that, check out our website, www.blocksofhealth.com. It's included in the description below. There's a contact form on there. Shoot us a message and we'd love to chat. So until next time, thank you for listening, and get out there, establish those backgrounds before you put your what, or rather your how, into action, and you will have a significant amount of success. Thanks for listening.